to the Colorado Amateur Radio Emergency Service, VHF net. This is W7ZCO. My name is Dick. I'm in Denver, representing District 4. I'll be net control for this session of the Colorado ARES net. Do we have any emergency or priority traffic? This is a directed net for coordination of Colorado ARES districts and to provide a forum for announcements of interest to the ARES community. Please use the following techniques when participating in this net. Use a transmit tone of 88.5 hertz. Optionally, you can also decode a receive tone of 123.0 hertz if your transceiver supports split tone operation. Keep a transmitter and wait 2 seconds before speaking so you can be heard on all the system's repeaters. Do not use the technique of keying up and saying this is or good evening and unkeying before giving call sign information, as this causes problems with system linking. Please allow the repeater to drop completely between transmissions to prevent timeouts. Use plain English, standard ITU phonetics, and no Q signals, please. Backup net frequencies are the Rocky Mountain Radio League's 146.940 negative offset with a 103.5 hertz tone, or the Pikes Peak FM Association's 146.970 negative offset for a 100.0 hertz tone. Reset. I'll now call on section management. Please indicate if you have business for the net. Section manager Jack Chiacha, WM0G. Section Emergency Coordinator Robert Wareham, N0ESQ.
Good evening to the net. This is N0ESQ, and I have brief business this evening.
Thank you, Robert. Assistant Section Emergency Coordinators and Section Liaison Officers. Regional Emergency Coordinators.
Good evening. Kilo 1, Delta Delta November, Amanda, Regions 4 and 5.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Juliet Bravo, KF0, JB, John, Region 1, Deputy EC.
Acknowledging K1DDN and KF0JB. Moving on, regional emergency coordinators, that's what it was. Any other stations with business for the net, please call now.
Kilo 0, Juliet, Sierra Charlie, R5D1AC with business.
Acknowledging KC0JSC with business. Any other stations with business for the net? I will now take check-ins from emergency coordinators, their designated representatives, or ARRL officials that do not have business for the net. Please give call sign, name, title, and district. Beginning with ECs or designated representatives, Region 1, North Central.
Good evening, Nick. This is Kilo 0, Sierra Foxtrot Alpha, Stu, EC, R1D1. Good evening. This is KA0BSA, Kilo Alpha 0 Bravo Sierra Alpha, George, R1D3EC.
This is the Colorado Connection.
Acknowledging K0SFA and KA0BSA. Calling ECs or designated representatives, Region 2, South Central.
This is John, EC for Region 2, District 2, Kilo Delta Zero, Sierra Foxtrot Yankee. This is Kilo Delta Zero, Mike, Charlie, Jim, Archie.
Acknowledging KD0SFA and KD0MRC. Now calling ECs or designated representatives, Regions 3, 4, and 5, Northeast, Southeast, and South.
Evening, this is Whiskey 0, Delta Delta Zulu, W0DDZ, Dave, Region 3, District 2, AEC.
Whiskey Bravo 0, Yankee Kilo Oscar, Mike, R5D2, EC.
Acknowledging W0DDZ and WB0YKO. Calling ECs or designated representatives, Region 6, 7, 8, and 9, San Luis Valley, Southwest, West, and Northwest. Try again. ECs are designated representatives, Region 6, 7, 8, and 9. San Luis Valley, Southwest, West, and Northwest. Please go now. International ARRL officials, please call now.
Alpha Charlie 0, Kilo Quebec, Willem, Section Traffic Manager.
Acknowledging AC0KQ. This is W7ZCO net control for the Colorado ARES net. I believe we have two stations with traffic. Let's begin with N0ESQ. Please go now, Robert.
First of all, as we end the summer officially and enter fall, I just want to acknowledge all the work that everybody did over the summer, supporting just a myriad public service events, bike races for charity, all sorts of things. I don't know how these people would function if they didn't have the support of the amateur radio community. So as we sort of move on to the next season where things hopefully will slow down a little bit, each of you in each of your districts know what you did. I mean, it is amazing the amount of manpower and time that goes into supporting these various public service events, and they obviously also make you much better prepared to respond to disaster. So I wanted to just take a moment, acknowledge everybody for all the volunteer time they put in over the last summer. Again, you made a difference in your communities, and my hat's off to you. Reset. would give you an update. Our Assistant Section Emergency Coordinator, Emmett Hurtlebrink, checked in with me last night. He is at a base camp in Kinston, North Carolina. They have a base camp of over 1,000 people, sleeping, feeding, laundry. He sent me a text message picture of the white tents that have been put up. And it is a regional coordination center he's working at there. And he was sent there as a COM-L, but he has been assigned as the day mission assignment coordinator. Reset. I guess this just underscores, the ability to be versatile when you get assigned in a disaster situation. So I'm serving as the day mission assignment coordinator. He sent me a copy of their branch tactical plan, and I want to check with him before we share it with other people, but I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting thing. And he indicated this was yesterday, last night, that his center alone has worked over 2,100 missions so far. I wouldn't be surprised if that number hadn't doubled by tonight. So for those of you who know Emmett, I'm sure he is living large back there, helping out, because that's what he lives for. Are there any questions or comments for N0ESQ? Hearing nothing, I'll send it back to net control, N0ESQ.
Thank you, Robert. Next on the list, Jeff, K0JSC. Please go.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for doing the net. This is K0JSC. Just wanted to give everyone an update on the Royal 50 event that R5D1 supported. It was formerly Bikes and Brews, and in fact, in the past we've had the RMHAM comm trailer down here. They changed the venue quite a bit. It went from a bike race on basically public roads, or a bike ride on public roads, to a mountain bike race on some pretty rugged trails. So we kind of held off on getting the comm trailer down here. Didn't know if we were going to have a place to put it, or if we were going to need it. It was kind of an unknown event for us this year. I would like to thank WV0YKO from R5D2 and KD0SFY from R2D2 for sending folks here to help us with this. R5D1 staffed a bunch of it, but without R5D2 and R2D2, I don't think we would have been able to support it. And KD0SFY, John, EC up in R2D2, actually came down here and supported it. He was the liaison between the event coordinator and law enforcement. Spent a bunch of time with them. So thanks to Mike and John for getting folks here to backfill some of the deficiencies that we had. I don't think we would have been able to do it without you guys. We also had Scott W0KU that took to his mountain bike and actually rode the course, part of it, with an HT, and helped us out there. We did a little bit of live video. There were about 100 riders, 16 operators, ran the RMHAM QRV out there as our command post. All of this was done on amateur radio microwave. The voice, some of the voice in the video and data. We, oddly enough, this year we kind of expected a couple of medical incidents and had two, but they were minor. And amateur radio operators handled getting EMF to those folks, and we secured a local county mutual aid channel for this, and worked with our local comm center for some of the things. So it worked out. It was flawless. Every operator in the event was perfect. I want to do an after action, and we will, but I really can't find any. I mean, everyone was flawless. It was amazing. You guys are all top-notch operators. If you're listening, I'd work with you anywhere. It was awesome. There are these little things that we could tweak in the future, but it's perfect. And that was because of everyone that was involved. So thanks to everyone, and that's all I have. Back to Nat K0JSC.
Thank you, Jeff. Anybody have any questions for him?
Yes, you.
Go ahead, Robert.
Jeff, how did the number of cyclists differ from prior years with the change in the format?
It was about half, Robert. During Bikes and Brews, we normally had about 200, 250. This year we had about 100, and about 40 of those were the 50-mile mountain bike course, and the remaining number were the 20-mile course.
All right. Well, it sounds like you guys had a great time down there. Not something that my Harley Davidson is made for. Missed helping you out this year, but congratulations on a good event. N0ESQ.
Thank you, sir. K0JSC, back to Nat.
We'll move on to Philip, K0BAN, for the Colorado ARES HF net report and the Amateur Radio Weather Net report.
W7ZZO, this is K0BAN. Good evening to the net. And I'm going to start out with the sound card net tonight. Net control was N6 VTS. And time lasted for 23 minutes. You got 2 stations check in. Their exercise was 213, message traffic via FLAMP and FL messaging. And then we go on to the Colorado CW and single sideband net report. And this morning we had, on single sideband, we had 9 check-ins, and we had, lasted for, how many minutes was that? 15 minutes. And then we'll move on to the Colorado WeatherNet, and I'll reset. All right, the Colorado WeatherNet today, we had 2 places that had a high of 93 today, Pueblo, and also we had a high in Crook, and I'm trying to think of the other place. Crook and, Crook and, wow, I can't read my writing here. And the low was in Aspen Springs. And of all places, Leadville was 27 degrees, and so was Gunnison. But our high was in Pueblo, and we had 23 check-ins for the 75, and 2 there we had 18 check-ins. It's kind of like this morning, but everything worked out. This is K0BAN. Good evening, back to Ned.
Thank you, Philip. You want to do the weather net? Hey, you just did. I'm sorry. Off my meds this evening. Let's go to Roy, WA0SJQ, for the Colorado Road Report.
W7ZCO in the net, WA0SJQ, with the road report 2020 local. All roads are reported clear and dry. The only incident we have, and it may have been resolved in the last few minutes, due to the heavy eastbound traffic on I-70, there was an accident in eastbound lanes at the vicinity of Bakerville. But things are still kind of stacked up in places up there on I-70 eastbound, people coming in to view the leaves. Other than that, things are pretty good. Everybody have a safe evening, and we'll see you next week. WA0SJQ.
Thank you, Roy. I'll now take I will now take check-ins from the stations listing. Call sign suffixes Alpha through India. Alpha through India, please.
Whiskey 9, Bravo, November, Oscar, Rich, Region 1, District 5.
November, Perry, Region 5, or Region 1, District 5.
K0DMK, Michael, R5D1.
Whiskey 2, India Mike Zulu, Jody, R5D1.
W9CE, Whiskey 9, Charlie, Echo, Jeff, R1D4.
Kilo Echo 0, Golf Mike Sierra, Randy 52.
N1 GVF, R5D1.
Okay, I'm going to go down the stations that I did copy. Those of you that I didn't, please slow down a little bit. Give your call phonetically. Please give your name and your location. I did copy W9BNO, K0DMK, W9CE, and KE0GMS. So the stations that I didn't read off, if you would please try again.
This is November 1, Gulf of Victor Foxtrot. R1.
Whiskey 2, India
Alpha,
Mike Zulu,
Uniform,
Jody,
November,
R5D1.
Perry, R1D5.
Okay, got N1 GVF, W2IMZ, and there was one other station that was a double. Would you please go again?
Whiskey 6, Alpha, Uniform, November, Perry, R1D5.
Thank you, Perry. Whiskey 6 AUN. Any other stations, Alpha through India? Call sign suffix is Juliet through Romeo. Juliet through Romeo.
Whiskey Bravo 5, Papa Juliet Bravo, WB5 PJB, Gary, Region 1, District 5.
Alpha, India,
Whiskey
7,
Oscar,
Papa,
Julia, Whiskey.
Mike, AI7PM,
Dan,
Bill,
R5D2.
R3D2.
Copy WB5PJB and AI7PM. There was one other station there was a double, if you'd please come back.
Might be this one, Whiskey 0, Oscar Juliet Whiskey, W0JW, Dan, R5D2.
Thank you, Dan. W0OJW. Any other stations, Juliet through Romeo? Call sign suffixes Sierra through Zulu. Sierra through Zulu, please.
November
This is
0,
Kilo Alpha 0, Victor Bravo Alpha, Curtis, R1D6. This is Kilo 0, Yankee Delta Sierra, Bend, Denver, R1D4.
Okay, I copy KA0VBA and K0YDS. There was an N station in there, and I did not copy because there was a double. Please go again.
November 0, Whiskey Kilo Romeo, N0 WKR, chip R9D4.
Okay, acknowledging N0 WKR. Any other stations, Alpha through Zulu, please.
Kilo 2, Alpha, Delta, Doug, R3D2.
Acknowledging K2AD. Was there a third letter in the suffix to your call? Was there a third letter? I got K2AD.
That is all. K2, Alpha, Delta. Thank you.
Thank you. Acknowledging K2AD. This is W7ZCO net control for the Colorado ARES net. Are there any stations with additional business or comments for the net? Stations with appropriate band privileges are encouraged to participate in the following Colorado ARES nets. The VHF single sideband net on 3.810 megahertz, lower sideband at 0800 every Sunday. The VHF digital net on 3.590 megahertz, mark RTTY at 0730 on the third Sundays. The VHF CW net on 3.570 megahertz at 0730 on the second and fourth Sundays. The 2-meter single sideband net at 1900 hours every Monday on 144.220 megahertz, upper sideband. Are there any late check-ins? Thank you for participating in the Colorado ARES VHF net. I show 28 check-ins. This net is now closed at 8:27 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, with our thanks to the Colorado Connection for the use of their repeater system. This is W7ZCO 73. Good evening.
This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. For more information, visit our website, ncarc.net. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.